Hey, this is just Ben on the front end, here to tell you to give the podcast a rating if you don't mind, and follow it or subscribe to it on whatever you're listening to this on. If you want to send us an email, we'll read it and maybe talk about it on the show. It's deadensigns@gmail.com, and we got a Twitter. Anyway, if you could do all that, please. That'd be really nice. Bye, enjoy the show.
Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all evening now.
Yeah. Would you like to repeat for the audience you just talked about before, just before this?
Yeah. Well, I don't now because you framed it in such a way of like, we were just palling around off camera, and we had this great bit, and we're gonna do it again for you now.
I guess if Ben doesn't want to say, I'm gonna say it. He was talking.
I said, no, I'll say it. It's,
Okay,
it was just the framing of it. It felt very like, guys, we got this great bit. We were just workshopping. Let's go do it. Anyway, I think if I had taken training, I think I could have been a beautiful singer.
Yeah.
I think I could have been maybe the most beautiful singer.
Yeah. I'm not going to repeat the thing that I said after you said that.
Okay. Well, wait, I can't even remember what you said at this point, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was probably something funny because you're a funny person, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yo, you know why I can't remember? Because it didn't make any sense. So you said something about farting, and I was like, I don't understand how this relates. And then, and then we moved on.
That's the lost episode of Dead Ensigns, the lost media.
Life after Hanson.
It's a lost answer because it's like one bit of a piece of media that's lost.
Do you believe in the lost episode of Dead Ensigns?
Yeah, it would be like the later on in our lives, we're gonna make a director's cut of Dead Ensigns. No, recut all the episodes.
No, it'll be a bonus feature on the DVD.
Finally,
it'll be a bonus feature on the Dead Ensigns DVD, the lost episode.
Baby, we're bringing back DVD.
Bringing back DVD. People love it. People love DVD. People love bonus features.
To be honest, I think like if people were like, if we made like a nice, what's it called? What's that show? Not show. That website called where they make like physical game.
Limited run.
Yeah, limited run, but like with Dead Ensigns.
Dead Ensigns. I feel like you still need to have the numbers to justify something.
Yeah, I know, but I'm planning ahead
in the future.
Throwing all these genius ideas.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a 1,000 disc box set vinyl collection.
Yeah. And then with like nice art,
Yeah, 1 episode per disc. Obviously, well, because they're like, you can get like what, maybe an hour on a disc.
Yeah,
standard sized, like 13-inch LP or whatever.
Yeah, they have a fucking like. I like the idea of it being on like a a DVD box set, or podcasts, and we become infamous because they find a dead body under a pile of Dead Ensigns discs in like a hoarder's house.
That would be pretty. That would. Okay, I gotta be. I'm kind of like. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that would be good. Like, there's all this stuff about how like, their cat started to eat them, and everything. And there's all these like little like true crime pieces or whatever about this pod, and all of them are saying like. And this fan was crushed so heavily. One of the discs slid out and cut a cat's head off as it fell.
And the cat was called Neelix Penis.
And the fan of the podcast called the cat Neelix Penis. And his name? Ashley. No,
that would never happen.
I'm kidding. I was thinking earlier, because he regularly talks about how he listened to some more episodes of our podcast, but he seems to be like 40 episodes behind us, maybe 30. Our recording. I can leave like messages for future him, and he won't know until he gets to them.
It's like a time capsule.
I'm gonna be like, Ash, please send Ben the £20 that you owe him. I'm not going to bring it up now, but I hope that you hear this in the future and you go, oh shit, I forgot to send it to him, and then you send it over. Anyway.
Or you could say, I could say, Ash, I hope you're having a really nice day right now.
Ash, I hope you're having a beautiful day at work, probably listening to this. And remember that you need to pay for Ben's vocal coach sessions so that he can train his beautiful singing voice and become the most beautiful podcast singer ever. I could do it. I got the part. I'm looking at the like waveform of that just now in my Audacity, and I'm like, that's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. There's not too much warbling, and I feel like if just at some like 5 or 6 coaching sessions, and that could be like smoothed out to like absolutely perfect.
Pitch Perfect, like that movie. Remember Pitch Perfect?
Oh man, that would have been perfect.
You just
I'm throwing out the beautiful tones left, right, and center.
Yeah. I don't know what note was that, but it was,
you know, that's another thing is I can't tell notes either.
Yeah,
I'm bad at I don't. Not that I don't think I'm tone deaf, but I haven't put in the effort to learn what tones sound like.
Yeah,
you know?
That was the Ben sound, the Ben tone, and it makes you shit yourself.
Yeah,
it makes you calm. It makes you calm.
I don't think I would want either of those things to happen with my tone.
Involuntary orgasm happens when you hear
No.
the
I
Ben
think if I could choose the power that my tone had over people, Ben tone.
Yeah.
I think I would want to choose something like a weird sensation, like it makes your eyeballs vibrate. You can feel them in your skull, just like shimmying.
I like the idea of like,
and you're like,
eyeballs
stop playing the Ben tone. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to play it too long. I heard that Christopher Nolan in the new Oppenheimer movie put sections of the Ben tone inside of the nuke scene to really help sell its power.
It's destructive power of the nuclear bomb, but
he's just in the middle of that scene. You can hear me going, I think I would have been fine. I think it would be good. I think
sure.
Good.
We should reach out to Christopher Nolan and see
I think
if they can edit you in as a last addition.
From this point on, if at any point, as soon as we start getting money in from this podcast, from advertisers or whatever, all of that money is going into vocal coaching sessions for me. And that's me paying it back to the fans, because then I'm going to have a beautiful voice to entice them.
I don't get to get any
like
of
siren.
that money, apparently.
No, again, you get to benefit, because then you'll be talking to me with my beautiful new voice. What does a vocal coach even do? A vocal coach must be like the easiest scam ever.
No.
You just gotta be
they
like,
teach you how to sing. Come on, you can't just
do
say
it again, but better. Less
no,
warbling.
They know how to do it. They know how to like get you to like use your what is it called? The voice thing in your stomach. What is it called?
In your stomach?
Yeah, like on the
your diaphragm.
Like, diaphragm.
It's not in your stomach. That's like in your. That's like underneath your lungs.
Yeah, but it's like somewhat near, right?
It's kind of more above it.
What have I been doing the entire time? I've been getting air in my stomach and then singing.
See, that's the thing. I don't have diaphragm control. You're right. I don't even know how to use my diaphragm.
No.
So if I go to a coach, you'd be able to tell me, this is how you use your diaphragm. It feels kind of like, you know how you like wiggling your ears.
Yeah.
Like like there's just a random point in my life when I started to realize, like, you know, what muscles are pulling those, and how to like
you can focus on them. Yeah,
and how to do them independently, because it happens when you smile.
Yeah, or when you move your pecs. When you move your pecs and you do the little dance.
I can't do that. I can kind of do that, but I feel I move my stomach as well. You know.
Yeah.
But I can feel myself kind of individually flexing my breasts.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
I don't have pecs. Too large.
Or you can go from flaccid to hard, you know, immediately.
See, the people who can't do that, though, are the ones who've had their tendons snipped.
Oh, fuck.
That's the thing that does it, that lets you flex that. I'm pretty sure it's that tendon, you know?
Yeah.
It lets you like...
And your penis looks bigger because it can't retract.
Yeah, pretty much. It just like loosens it.
Yeah. You know, the
good.
Star Trek future looks beautiful.
I think they can probably like do cock replacements in the future. I feel like in Star Trek future it's in a weird place where you can get it done, but nobody cares anymore. I think once being introduced to aliens and seeing like the huge range of genitalia, all the humans are just like, you know what, it's fine. Any sizes, whatever. I think that aspect cures our society of penis envy. Penis envy.
Yeah. Get in my hole.
I think
so
it would do
I
think it would do a good job. I think because it's like you would get to a point where you're like looking at this alien hole, and you're like, it really doesn't matter what size it is. There are people who get very far in life and are still like, despite it not being an issue, it's a neurosis, you know, so they can't get rid of it. But I think when we see some alien holes, we're gonna start to be like, you know what, we're not doing too bad.
What if the aliens be like, we'll be having sex with our women because their holes are bigger? And we'll be like, no, the aliens are coming here to steal our women.
Well, that's a whole different. That's not necessarily penis envy. I think that's related genitalia envy. I think I think in the Venn diagram it probably overlaps, but I think that's more of a paranoia about.
No, we gotta genocide the aliens. Sorry, it's like the guy from fucking Doctor Strangelove, where he's like, I denied my
essence. Well, semen retention is a big deal. You got to hold on to it. Otherwise, you're losing your power.
Your power is
That's what Sun Wukong was taught in Journey to the West early on when he went to go see the monk who was like immortal and had all these powers and shit. And he's like, "How do you do it?" And he's like, "I retain all of my fluids.
I'm full of cum." That's what he said to him.
He wouldn't tell any of the other monks. He would show off all of his cool semen retention powers, but he wouldn't tell any of the other monks. But Sun Wukong was like, "Hey, you tell me," and he's like, "No, I won't." But then he sneaks in. Sun Wukong sneaks into his home. I'm remembering this probably very poorly, but I'm getting the gist of it, I'm pretty sure. Sneaks into his home, and he's like, "No, seriously, tell me. Look, I've sneaked into your house. You have to tell me." And he's like, "All right, then. I retain all of my fluids. Piss, sweat, saliva, jism. I don't let any of it out."
Yeah.
And then Sun Wukong's like, "Oh," and then he gets all the powers because he starts practicing semen retention. Although then I think he does end up not really doing that, but he gets to hold on to the powers anyway because he's Sun Wukong and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
That fucking.
No, wait. You know what it is?
Stopping me from coming.
No. I just remembered.
Yeah.
I think that was too hard for Sun Wukong, so he didn't actually end up doing it. So he was never actually immortal, and then he dies and gets sent up to like the soul bureaucracy, basically, you know. Yeah,
and then he finds the Dragon Balls, and that's how he gets his
powers. But that's the kind of facility he goes to when he dies. In Journey to the West, he goes up there. He's like. They're like, "Anyway, you died," and he's like, "No, that can't be the case. I'm immortal." And they're like, "No, you're up here, so you died." And then he's like, "No, I'm definitely immortal." So he starts fighting them all. He gets to the ledger where everybody's like deaths are logged, like when they're gonna die, and he just erases like all of him and his friends, his monkey friends' deaths. And he's like, "And now I'm immortal," and then he goes back down to Earth.
Yeah.
What a cool! I love Sun Wukong.
You could be making this shit up.
No, dude, I haven't finished. I got like an unabridged thing of Journey to the West, and I didn't finish it because it's incredibly hard to read. It's got that thing with like Lord of the Rings. You know how like in Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and stuff, like every couple of pages is like a song.
Oh, okay.
It's like that, but it's like every other paragraph is a song. There's a lot of shit in there. It's very academic. It's like. You gotta be like reading it for that specific reason of like, I'm gonna write a paper on this book.
Yeah. I want to find out how I can retain my semen.
I'm
so
gonna
I can
learn
become
how
a
to
Nordo.
retain my semen. Welcome to Dead Ensigns, the #1 semen retention podcast. I'm Ben. This is Max.
Yeah, that's me.
I've gone 14 years, and I can lift a whole rock boulder.
Yeah,
I can lift a whole boulder.
You don't deter. We
I'm
won't
not
show you or
Yeah,
tell you
I'm not
what
gonna
the
describe
size
the
of that
size.
boulder.
But let me tell you, it is a boulder for sure.
It is a boulder,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I've been letting go of my fluids every day, every hour, and I'm stronger than ever.
He can barely lift a piece of paper. I've seen him.
Yeah.
He tries. He's like tries to slip a finger under there, and he gets like 5-inch deep paper cuts.
And then I say, it feels really good.
But I get to
can't
come all I want. I don't have a problem. Yeah. How was your week, Max?
It's been alright.
Yeah.
Nothing much happened. I haven't really been. Did I watch anything?
I don't know if you watched anything.
I've watched. I think you should leave.
Good
I think
week.
I should leave.
Oh yeah. You watched the most recent season of it.
Yeah. I watched all of it because I didn't watch the previous seasons.
Funny
It's
show.
good.
Funny
It's a
show.
funny show.
I have issues with it. I do like it, but I do have issues with it.
Yeah.
And its structure. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I like a lot of it, but there's a lot of like. I always feel like they never know how to really end a sketch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I always
sometimes
they always
I
feel
get
like
it, yeah.
way too abrupt, which I think is a stylistic choice, but it's just one that I don't really enjoy. And it's like there's usually I don't know. It feels like a lot of them just outstay their welcome, and they just end on some really like out there moment. Second, way too many of them. I think they're all funny, but they're all. It's very formulaic, where it's like. The premise for a lot of them are like, what if there was a really weird guy in a normal situation? You know?
Yeah.
What if there was a normal situation, but then one guy started acting really weird?
And then he was actually the voice of reason at the end. That's like sometimes,
sometimes not. But yeah, it's a little to in that regard. But at the same time, it is a very funny show.
It's a funny show, and it's not too long, so you can watch it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that
each
much.
episode's like fucking 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah. My favorite sketch is the one with the... I don't know, the one that I think about constantly is the... Did you watch the new season?
Mm-hmm.
The one... I think it's literally the first episode of the season. The first sketch is the one where I got 200 friends episode.
Yeah. They were like friends scheme.
Yeah.
Thing where you have to like pay to have 200 friends,
be in it, and then like he's like super abusive, like the guy that comes in,
a good one.
And then he like and I love the way they frame him, where he's got like this huge suit on, and whenever he switches focus, it plays like a horror sound, like he's like a fucking like Overwatch fucking tower, you know, like focusing in spotlight, and at the end he's like. Points at one of the people that wasn't part of the scheme and goes like, you don't have friends, do you? And he's like, no, I'm fine. I have friends. And he's like, how about you? No, you don't have friends. How about 200 friends? You know, and he's like, no, I don't want it. And then he like, fine. And he like tries to walk away and then comes back, focuses again on him and goes, I want you. Like he points at him. Like, I just died when that happened. I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Like this idea of like this guy is like, I want you. You know?
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Yeah, I recommend it. Like not too long.
Nice, quick, easy, just one in and out. You're in and out. You can finish in like 2 or 3 days even.
Yeah, exactly. We can do all the bits here in this episode, and then
let's just recite all of them.
No.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
I am the guy who did this, but I'm pretending that I'm not the guy who did this.
See that? Yeah, that's the thing. Is that the guy who's saying that is the one who's dressed in a costume that matches the car that crashed into the building.
Yeah, of course.
So,
yeah.
and he's saying we're all trying to fit. So it's like, well, here's the guy who did it. He's trying to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And that's it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I like the Connor O'Malley one in the last season. The guy who's like, the guy who's doing weekly sketches on Friday. You know, every Friday he uploads a new sketch.
Oh, yeah, that one. And he can't figure out what sketch he wants to
He does the first one where it's like he has sex with a Frankenstein's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then...
And the guy is...
And then like, the next week he doesn't know what else to do, and then he does the same sketch but sped up.
Sped up, yeah.
But then he's in a legal dispute with the guy who's the agent for Frankenstein's girlfriend's actress.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and nobody's going to get my dad off my head. Nobody's going to cut off my daddy's head. That's funny, but mainly just because Connor O'Malley is very, very funny, you know?
Yeah.
I think if it were anybody else, it wouldn't be as good, but Connor O'Malley is a incredibly funny guy.
Yeah. When he's there, he's just like, you encouraged me. You said you're gonna watch it, you know, like it's like it's your fault because you encouraged me.
Again, another one where it's just like, what if there was a really weird guy? That's the thing, is like premise wise they're all the same, but you know, they all do like they all have funny like stuff not premise, but like structurally they're all very similar, but in terms of like the premise and stuff, they're all pretty distinct and
what if
fun.
there was a TV show and not a TV show, what is it called, like a show, what is it called, a, like, you know, Price is Right, what is it called, what is it called, like Price is Right is not a TV show, it's a
game show.
Game show. It's like, what if there's a game show and it's like weird, you know, like that's another thing that they do quite a bit, or like someone is weird in it.
Game show with strange and poorly thought through premise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on top of that, you know, it's like, it's okay. Yeah, it's good. Buff Boys.
I've just been watching Gundam, I think, mostly. I like Gundam. Gundam's fun.
Yeah. After buying that Vulcan sexy figurine, now Ben is starting to buy Gundams, and I'm worried for him.
Bro, I've been buying stupid shit like that constantly. Are you kidding me? I'm like looking around my room. I have a Cuphead cup. You gave me an MF Doom mask, which is very cool, but I'm incredibly white, so it looks like a incredibly like lame thing, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like, I love hip hop. Look at my MF Doom mask. Rest in peace.
I should have added it onto R.I.P. I should have drawn on it. R.I.P. MF Doom.
No,
this is a tribute.
Rap Snitch Knishes and that, you know, that other song he did, dude. Rest in peace.
Just
I got like a little
Nautilus
figure from it. I don't even play League of Legends. I own a little figure from it.
Yeah, they just work your way into your life sometimes. League of Legends things.
Like, I impulse purchase too much, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I impulse buy too much.
We deal with that's how we deal with how fucked up the world is.
Yeah,
we impulse buy things.
I gotta buy shit to get over my being depressed about the state of the affairs.
Yeah, the pointless consumerism.
I look at the government and I get so depressed I have to buy a bobblehead of Luffy from One Piece. Bro, I see the kind of shit that Joe Biden and Boris Johnson. No, I mean Rishi Sunak are doing.
Rishi Sunak.
And I see the kind of fucked up shit that Putin is doing in Ukraine. And all I can do is I gotta fucking buy a brand new Netflix and chill pillow to put on my bed. So everybody knows I'm down to Netflix and chill.
I have to. I'm so down and under. I'm looking at the environment and what's going on that I need to buy myself this plastic figurine to fill in the void.
Dude, I see all the kind of fucking wildfires and shit and fucking stupid billionaires killing us and our planet. And I'm like, fuck. The only way I can cope is I gotta buy some Pokemon cards.
And I'm going to shoot a motherfucker for him too in Walmart.
I know, I can get them. They're mine.
They're mine,
Dude, the fucked up. Dude, I can't. The only way for me to deal with that fucked up capitalism that we live in is to buy more products and merchandise. Anyway,
you know, we're not
anyway,
above that.
I bought more products and merchandise. I did buy
exactly.
a red custom Zaku 2 for the the red comet, which is Char's
communist Gundam, I would imagine.
Well, it's the Xeon Principality, which is the rebellion. They're the ones who are like, we want to be separate from Earth.
Mm-hmm. You know,
because I don't know, but also we're kind of the
fascists.
bad guys.
Yeah. Are they more fascists or are they more communists?
I don't know. They haven't really gone into their political. The focus is more on their war and not necessarily the ideals behind the two sides.
Yeah.
One of them just kind of wants to be separate from the Federation of Earth, and they're like,
what's that anime we watched? The one about
Legends
war?
of the Galactic Heroes.
Yeah, and that was.
That's much more political because you get to see the full ideals of both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is a bit more like you kind of get the basis of it, where it's like this side wants freedom and are maybe kind of evil, maybe kind of doing it for not good reasons, but also don't worry about it. It's more about how fucked up it is to be in war.
Oh yeah, of course.
To be like
I love war.
A little child who has to drive around in a big super base and pilot Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes your friends die and it's sad.
Do they only use child soldiers in Gundam?
So the thing with in Mobile Suit Gundam is the circumstance they're in is really bad. Because they're out on a space station and a big Federation...
Would you say it's a deep space station?
It's like they're all of the colonies are like orbiting Earth.
Okay.
They're like cities just floating in our outside of our atmosphere.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So a big fucking cruiser called the White Base, which is a brand new experimental super cruiser thing, goes to this little city, Side 7 or whatever, flies up. They're just gonna go there, do restock and stuff. All the people are gonna get on there, and then they're gonna go back to Earth. But they get attacked by the Xeon forces there, and the only people that are left who can are able to escape in the White Base are like teenagers and also a couple of adults. And then as time goes on, they lose some people and stuff. And at the point I'm at in the show, it's pretty much entirely just teens and stuff who are piloting it.
Yeah, it's like the Red Squad, remember from DS9 where Nog gets onto that ship?
Yes, it is very yes, it is very, very similar to that. Except it's not, there's no sense of we have to do this for glory. It's kind of like we have a duty to the Federation to do this, but also there's no way out at the moment.
Yeah.
They're being chased all the way back to Earth, and then when they're back on Earth, they end up having to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, right in the middle of enemy territory. So they're well, kind of fucked.
And they don't do crack like the guy in that episode.
Yeah, that too. That guy was all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool way he was like, I just need a little fix. I can't sleep. I gotta get a little fix here.
Yeah, I just need to keep not sleeping
going.
And we'll win.
Yeah,
we'll stop the fucking what are they fucking called?
I think it was were they Cardassian?
DS9.
Was it?
No, they weren't. No, they were fighting the
Jem'Hadar.
No, the name
Dominion.
of the Dominion. Thank you.
Jesus,
I completely forgot the name.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one you wanted.
Well, I kept wanting to say Union, but that's not true at all. The Union. They're fighting the Union.
The Breen Union. What's the Breen? Was it a Breen Union, or was it just called the Breen? I think it was called the Breen, right?
Federation. No, they were the Breen something. The Breen Initiative.
The Breen Initiative.
No, I'm thinking of the Orion Company or whatever. Orions are a company, right? Not necessarily.
Syndicate.
The Orion Syndicate. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was
You're
thinking.
getting everything all fucked up, man.
It's because we haven't watched any Star Trek for like
Yeah, we need to watch.
months. We gotta watch.
We need to
Strange
watch
New
Orville.
Worlds.
Yeah, we need to watch Orville
We
again.
need to watch the Orville. We need to watch Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. We need
All
to
that
watch.
crap.
We need to watch the next season of Star Trek Picard where he comes back.
Yeah, they're gonna bring him back again.
They're gonna
Even
kill
though
him
he
again
didn't,
and put
he
him
didn't
another
die
robot.
in the last one.
Yeah. This time they're gonna digitize him, and the entirety of the Federation lives inside of our computer.
Now they're gonna make hologram Picard.
Yeah,
Hollow Picard, and he's gonna have a war with synthetic android, or not synthetic,
Yeah.
flesh and blood android Picard.
Yeah.
Remember, flesh and blood android. He's made out of flesh and blood, but he is an android.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he is flesh and blood, but the flesh and blood is an android. Okay, just don't forget that.
There's levels to that. Okay?
It's a really important distinction that you need to remember.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have any special powers, and no, he's not immortal. But he is an android made of flesh and blood. It's very important. It's crucial to the story.
If you call a flesh and blood android an android, you're gonna be in trouble.
I'm so glad they saved Star Trek with that final season of Picard.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
I'm so glad that they saved it, and man, I bet all the people who have been making bad Star Trek are so annoyed. I bet they're personally annoyed.
My life is so empty. I want to relive watching Star Trek season 2 again. Picard season 2. I don't know why.
I think Picard season 2 might be my favorite.
Bad thing.
It might be one of my. I think. Here's the thing: Picard season 3 is the best season out of all that.
Yeah,
but it's really, really boring.
Mm-hmm.
Picard season 1 also sucks, but is way more boring. Picard season 2 is just too stupid. I'm not saying it's good, but it's the one that I can't stop thinking about.
Yeah, I know.
I can't avoid it. I can't help it, and it's not in like a way of like, oh, I love being mad about this. It's just I can't fully comprehend how they could make a show that badly.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
I can't, like, god damn, you got like I have to think that they tried to do it. It can't have been. It's too much of a perfect storm of just atrocious, you know,
terrible ideas. Yeah,
like god
just like
damn. Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, and like it's just there is no saving it because of that season.
Yeah, there's like nothing in there. There's nothing in there. The barest, slightest little thing you could get is like, oh, well, the send off to Q is kind of nice.
Yeah, but then he comes back, so it
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
fucking matter.
But it's like, that comes after a season where none of his choices make any sense, even in Q fashion.
Yeah,
like all of the Q choices will like seem nonsensical in the old stuff, but they always led to like a lesson, you know.
Yeah.
But all of his choices in this one led to like that. Wasn't it just like you have to appreciate your life, Picard, or something?
Yeah. Don't hang yourself like your mother.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
My mother, hung herself.
Hung herself.
Hung herself.
I'm gonna hung myself.
In the atrium. My mother went and she hung herself, and it meant I had commitment issues.
Yeah. All my life.
You know, the Picard season 2 into season 3 feels like the kind of guy who's like learns all of these like all the mental health speak, but so that he can continue being like a scumbag.
Yeah, he can use like therapy speak to manipulate people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he can like just kind of frame anything as like, oh, these are my boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But those boundaries involve you not doing this thing like in your life.
He didn't
like,
break
not to
up
me,
with,
but in your life.
He didn't break up with the Romulan lady. Like, never turned up to meet her again. And she tries to contact him, and he's just like, well, I got over my commitment issues from when my mother hung herself, and I've been reconnecting with my past crewmates.
Lover.
And if you can't accept that, then you're a toxic individual I need to cut out of my life. I've been advised by Riker that I need to cut you out of my life. Because you're a toxic individual.
Yeah, and he knows what he's saying because his wife is a ferret counselor.
Because she is a counselor and she knows a lot about toxic people with toxic personalities. And I think you need to go to therapy.
You should go to therapy and never talk to me
Don't
again.
talk to me again. Don't contact this number or I will be calling the police. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Anyway, to show how much we love Star Trek as well, we'll stop talking about Picard because we spent so long talking. We've spent like too much time of our lives in general talking about Picard. Do you want to talk about some Star Trek news? See what's happening in the Star Trek?
Yeah, the Star Trek verse
news cycle. Most recent news is from San Diego Comic-Con. This is from the Collider. Star Trek, Futurama, and more lead Saturday and Sunday schedule at Comic-Con, San Diego.
They call it the 24 hour star date cycle.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's what we call it.
Yeah, that's what we call it in Star Trek lingo.
10 harsh realities of rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation 29 years later.
Yeah,
these are some harsh realities. This is from ScreenRant.com. Rachel Holsholt writes, while Star Trek Next Generation remains one of the best sci-fi TV shows of all time, some elements don't hold up as well as others. That's interesting.
No shit.
Like, are you ready to hear some of these?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think it's some that we've touched on as well, so this will be interesting. Number 10, TNG's holodeck dangers were problematic.
Okay,
while several of TNG's holodeck episodes included fun stories, there's one thing about them that never made sense. While it's understandable that the holodeck would need safety protocols, there is no logical reason why anyone, or anything, should be able to turn those safety protocols off. It's very true.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big plot hole, if you ask me.
Yeah. They should walk in and they go, safety protocols off. And then they bring in a prisoner and they go, death chamber. Computer death chamber. And they have a lethal injection bed.
It summons up like, he's like, execution method shuffle. And it brings up like those iron balls. You know, the fucking... You put the hot coals underneath, the fire underneath.
Oh yeah, of course. Like
well,
yeah, exactly.
It's your unlucky day, Mr. Data.
Shit. I do not feel heat, sir. While he's inside and he's just melting and just plastic.
He pulls out like a little chip, and he's like, "You will now."
Oh fuck! That's a weird way. That is actually a pretty.
The Iron Maiden, Geordie. Speaking of Geordie, number 9 is Geordie LaForge had a creepy obsession with Dr. Leah Brahms. I agree.
Oh, yeah, of course. He was a weird like internet stalker.
It's interesting that like they had the whole thing with what's his face, Barkley. And his holodeck addiction with like, he generates all these real people. It's like, look at this, it's a serious issue. But Geordie is just like, no, he's a hopeless romantic, lovelorn. Oh, what a poor fellow. But it's like, nah, that's like the exact same shit they would do. He was preaching to Barkley about how what he was doing in the holodeck wasn't good.
Yeah,
and the exact same shit.
Yeah, because who smell it dealt it, sort of thing. That's always the case.
Let's fall down a bit and see what else. Barkley had number 6. Barkley had an inappropriate holodeck fantasy.
No, come on. I know, but that's the point of the episode,
While Barkley's insecurity and social awkwardness is relatable to many, the way he chooses to deal with it are often questionable. In his first episode, Riker LaForge and Counselor Deanna Troi, Marina Sirtis, discover Barkley has created recreations of main Enterprise crew members in an elaborate holodeck fantasy. The episode tries
But
to play off as humorous. The recreations are varying degrees of offensive, and the whole thing just feels distasteful and inappropriate.
But that's the thing, is that like everybody knows that if we had holodecks, that shit would be happening.
It would kind of always be what would be going on in there.
It'll always be the case that people would
I think it would.
do that
I think
shit,
it's safe to say that it would literally be the majority of people who use it.
Yeah. It's like literally the most protective thing that people are protecting is that holodeck in their house. They're like, you can't go fucking in there.
Yeah.
You
Sorry,
know?
you can't. It's like when somebody goes on your PC and you're like,
like no.
it's just let me just go on. Let me just go on there. I'll get you on the onto.
Yeah.
You load up you look it up like in like a special browser that you never use.
Yeah,
you load
you
up
have
like
a separate,
Microsoft. You got like Google Chrome and Firefox there, but you load up Microsoft Edge. You're like, here you go, just
Edge,
Google
go.
stuff on that. It's fine.
And then it pops up a bunch of like porno
Still
anyway,
comes up with
because
porn,
it's directed to your IP.
You're like,
It's got your fuck.
Oh, god damn.
No.
Number 5, Dr. Crush's relationship with a ghost is just weird. It was a little weird. It was very interesting seeing as that was supposed to almost be like her focused episode in the last season.
Yeah, it's
like,
the
here's
worst fucking
the
thing in
Dr.
the
Crusher
world.
episode where she has sex with her family ghost.
Family ghost that
Family
gets passed
ghost
down.
alien that they pass down to have sex with all of the mature
Women from the Crusher family. You get to fuck the ghost.
Now, I
one
find
by one.
what I find very interesting about this list, I don't know if they're ranked particularly in order of like most severe, but all of the ones that are like bordering on like strange sexual fantasies and sexual assault stories are less important than TNG's civilian and casual outfits are laughable.
Because it was which number is that?
This is number 4.
Okay, well,
I gotta be honest, they do look stupid, but it's like
it's
what?
the future.
How
You don't
else
know what
would future
fucking
clothes look? You're supposed to do like, they wouldn't look like now. Not even from like we look bad point of view, but it's like this shit just constantly changes.
Yeah, have you not fucking seen what kids wear nowadays?
Yeah.
What kids wear nowadays.
I honestly, looking at the picture that they chose as well, is like I could 100% see fucking kids wearing this nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I'm an out of touch millennial.
Yeah.
Look at that! I could see somebody dressed like Riker there.
Yeah, look at that. Like, look at Riker. He's got like a weird Japanese thing going with his like top shirt, like, and he's got like a kilt.
Here's one I'm sure we can all
pants.
agree on. TNG's female characters often got the worst storylines. Yeah.
Yeah.
TNG's
Of course they
episodic
did.
structure hurt important character arcs.
Oh no. I don't know. The episodic structure didn't, that's what people say was bad about TNG, but
But it's also what was good about that era of television.
yeah,
Is that
exactly,
sometimes you got to an episode and it was a bit of a stinker, but it's like, well, next week
doesn't
we'll have a
matter.
new one.
yeah,
It's not like now where it's like you get an episode that's a stinker, but it's part of a larger plot that stinks in
Yeah.
general.
yeah. It stinkifies the entire thing.
There's fundamental stink to modern television.
Yeah, it's like when you're eating a dish, right, and you can move away the stuff that you don't want to eat to like one bit of the plate.
Yeah, you're like, well, a couple episodes this season weren't great, but there was a lot of episodes I did enjoy.
Yeah,
And maybe it hurts maybe it hurts character arcs a bit because you have to wrap things up in a way that it ends nice and cleanly. And even then, I'll take that over 10 episodes of really boring bad TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like the story arc might be nice and clear and concise, but it was very, very boring.
Unless you start doing shit like we went to Titan and we found bug that fixes everything that's wrong with us, and you're like, "Arrgh!"
Yeah. Well, no, that's good, actually. I've come around. That's actually a good
yeah,
thing.
that's good.
I think that's good. I think it's morally correct as well.
Morally correct.
Morally correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just retcons everything. It just takes everything and just like puts his hand
Well, don't worry
like deep
about it.
under there.
It shows that without brave people overcoming imposter syndrome
Imposter syndrome.
and doing their job amidst
Imposter
nightmarish
syndrome.
living conditions,
Yeah.
then we won't be able to save our planet.
Yeah.
So everybody, thinking about the timing of when that season came out,
Yeah.
everybody needs to go back to the office.
Yeah, probably. Because
Kind of got that vibe.
then
We
yeah,
need
you
to.
gotta-
All right, look, everybody. We know world sucks and we're all inside because of COVID-19. But come on, come on now. Everybody, stop being silly. Get back to work.
yeah, get back to work. Because like, if you're
come on.
isolating yourself, then you won't have time to deal with your coworkers.
If
You
you're
have to
isolating
build
yourself,
up those
then
relationships.
how can I be sure that you're going to respond to the email that I sent within 5 minutes and you're not like sitting on a sofa or something?
Yeah, or like
Come on.
imagine that your coworkers in your office are like a starship crew. You know?
Imagine you got the guy from IT. He's kind of like engineering.
Yeah,
And he has
And
a
you got-
creepy obsession with one of your coworkers, just like
'Cause
Jordy
then
does.
He probably reads her emails, probably. Too.
You have the security guy at the front door. He's a lot like Worf, except you try not to talk to him because he kind of creeps you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your guy that sits next to you,
Yeah.
and he really
keeps
doesn't
telling you to
watch
smell
it.
his finger.
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of don't want to. You've got the lady from HR.
Yeah.
She's kind of like
She's
Deanna
kind of
Troy.
like-
You're like,
Yeah.
it's time for your 3-month review. How have you been
Yeah.
fitting into the company?
And you go,
Oh.
I've been feeling really depressed.
Well, there's a lot you can do with dealing with depression.
Have you thought about meditating?
Have you thought about having overnight oats?
Have you thought about what's it called? Mindfulness. Have you
Mindfulness.
thought about mindfulness?
It's important to take breaks, but make sure
But
that
not too
sure
long.
to log them
Yeah.
into the time how long you're gone for.
Yeah.
So that the computer
Yeah.
can correctly time how long you're away from the computer and deduct from your wages
Yeah.
accordingly.
Whenever you work, because you there's a camera tracking your eyes
Mhm.
to see if you
How long you're
if your
staring at the
eyeballs
screen
are-
for.
Yeah, timing.
Yeah.
Blinks are also taken out of your
Mhm,
timetable, time sheets at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
You have Data, who's kind of like your computer. Get to know it and everything. Comes like a friend.
He's your only true friend.
Yeah.
I like the
And
idea
then,
of the code.
Who else? Who
Yeah.
else?
There's the janitor, which is like Boofby.
No, that's come on, you're stretching now. Come on. Think of something for Crusher. You jumped over Crusher and went straight to Boothby.
He's your boss's son that got the job.
Yeah,
and he's like, "I'll
Wesley's
fight for it,"
kind
and
of like the Nepo
he's your
baby.
superior too.
You know?
He's also superior. He's your superior too.
he's your superior. And you can see him fucking up constantly. But it's fine. It's okay. He's a good kid. You know?
And he's there's also the
Make sure to
Harry
call
Kim
him
of
sir.
the yeah. Make sure
No,
there's
no,
also the Harry Kim of the
no, Max. In this scenario, you are Harry Kim.
Oh yeah, of course. I never get to climb anything. Yeah.
You will always and forever be an ensign. You will literally see the other guy, the white guy, the literal like criminal that they brought on board, get demoted and then promoted ahead of you again.
Yes.
You will
That's
see him
what's going to
commit an
happen.
act of terrorism, and he gets demoted, and then your boss goes, "Nah, come on now. Here's your pay rise again.
Yeah.
You've had
I like
enough of a
having
punishment."
I like having a beer with you after work.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll give
yeah.
I'll give you a promotion.
It is interesting because it's like I don't really know if Janeway had any love for Paris.
No, I don't think so either.
I can't really think of any time. Like there are probably moments, but I can't really think of any significant points when it's like, oh yeah, they got good chemistry, or they've got a good scene where they're like hanging out. It's like no, I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
had
really...
good chemistry once. You know,
Hey,
lizard energy. They had a pretty good, that lizard instinct really kicking in.
They were
you
just
know?
like, let's just
let's just
those
leave these
things,
babies behind.
You know,
yeah,
let's just not
leave-
report that. How do you think? Okay, all right. You work at Starfleet, you're going through the Voyager reports, first eyes on them, almost like you're watching the TV show, you know?
Yeah.
You're seeing all of these ones, and then you get to the ones where it's like, we achieved Warp 10, and then Tom Paris and Janeway evolved into super lizards that had sex with each other and laid babies on this planet, and then we just decided to leave the babies there.
Yeah, we just decided this is a good idea.
How do you, as a Federation officer, not just like quit?
It's just fucking.
I don't know. This is fucking stupid. I'm not dealing with
The only
this.
thing that would save
I'd
Star
delete
Trek
that.
Picard would be if they brought the fucking.
If
lizard
those were
babies back.
they didn't have Borg, they had
Yeah.
Janeway Paris lizard
They had
babies.
the writer just having like gigantic balls that he just has to carry around with him everywhere.
That
you
would
know?
be
If he-
like, oh man, no, they wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow that. They'd be like, you're not allowed to. That's probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that episode is too much to be like a kitschy little like on the nose reference, even.
Yeah,
Like the
I know.
episodes, notorious episodes like that, usually they end up leaning into and going like, look, it's a funny episode. I think even that one, they're like, don't talk about that one.
Yeah,
Don't,
I genuinely think that. You remember when we were watching Voyager and I talked that there's that episode with the dinosaurs that are traveling through.
Yeah,
like,
you thought it was going to be
I
them.
still.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought that was
Follow
like
up to
a
that
good
one.
idea.
No,
Maybe I
they're
should
like,
write for Star Trek.
The thing, I can't blame them as well, because it's like, how do you do anything with that storyline?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you address
know?
that in any way that doesn't feel ridiculous?
It has to be like that. Fucking the writer that they got in for that episode. We have to look him up. I'll
Like
look it up
even that,
while-
even the dinosaur episode that you're talking about is a more ridiculous plot than the one where Janeway and Paris have future lizard babies
Mhm.
because they went warp 10. And then I don't think Janeway even went warp 10, but she somehow got infected by Tom Paris, right?
Mm-hmm. No, remember he took her.
He kidnaps her and then
the
knocks
ship.
her out and then forces her to go through warp 10, so they both evolve.
Yeah.
And
then they have
I-
sloppy.
They have weird.
lizard
They have
sex.
weird lizard egg brooding sex.
Yeah,
And have
exactly.
500 children or whatever on a planet, and they're just like, all right, that's just that race just lives on that planet now. We're leaving. I like
Story.
that one is less conceptually ridiculous, I guess. Than no, they're about equal, I guess. Actually,
So apparently the
dinosaur heads that left our planet and became aliens. Oh, never mind. Anyway, continue.
The story, the story by on the Wikipedia page is by MikeDeLuca, and I feel like I've heard this name before somehow. I don't know why. They had what he worked on as a what do you want? Do you not want executive producer, writer, writer? I guess.
I typed in Michael DeLuca, and the first person that's come up is the managing director of Warner Brothers Entertainment.
Is he? Wait, what? Is it film producer? No, he's new
Producer,
films.
writer, television.
Currently served as a co-chairman and CEO. Oh yeah,
Writer,
well-
Star Trek Voyager.
fucking insane.
This guy,
What a
the guy
leap,
that
eh?
wrote the episode. The episode
But
where
you know, he wrote
oh my goodness, Michael DeLuca.
Judge Dredd,
He did, right?
1995,
Yeah.
the one with
He's worked on a lot
Sylvester
as a
Stallone.
producer. He wrote Nightmare on Elm Street 5. No, wait, that's executive.
no, I'm looking at writer specific. Lawnmower
Freddy's
Man short
Nightmares.
film. There was a short film before they actually made Lawnmower Man,
Where are
like
you
the actual
looking at
movie.
this? Oh yeah, the Lawnmower Man short film. Okay.
But this is a short film, and then I don't think this is the actual movie, like the
Adapt-
normal movie.
Adaptations.
In the Mouth of Madness.
The Lawnmower.
The fuck is
Oh,
that?
it's a Stephen King, The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
12-minute dollar baby short film, The Lawnmower Man: A Suburban Nightmare, was released. It was written
Yeah,
by
but there was a
future
normal movie
screenwriter and
after.
New Line Cinema production executive Michael DeLuca. Directed by James Gonis.
Nice. Adonis.
Gonis.
Goddess.
Gonis. What the fuck is Harold? You know, I'm not going to read the plot of Lawnmower Man.
Oh, look at these fucking producer.
It's
section.
weird that he
Ghost
wrote.
Rider.
It's weird that he wrote
2000.
In the Mouth of Madness. That one's kind of fucking me up.
Yeah.
That movie's like quite good. It's cool.
I actually don't think I ever read or watched
It's
Reddit.
it's a Lovecraft movie.
Oh,
He produced
nice.
Zathura, Jumanji in Space, remember?
He's producing the Metro 2033 movie.
This guy's very interesting. Dude, he produced Under the Silver Lake. You think he saw the songwriter scene? He was like, yes.
Yes. That's me.
He was the executive producer on Austin Powers.
He made the Love Guru. He produced the Love Guru. Oh fuck! It's the Social Network. Yeah, that's why I feel like I heard his name before, because he actually made some stuff that's like, pretty mainstream stuff. Like Blade 2. Well,
what has he been thanked in? He was thanked in Spawn. He was the producers wished to thank him in Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
The filmmakers wished to thank him in Suicide Squad and Licorice Pizza. This guy's got like a Paul Thomas Anderson connection, because it said he was also co-executive producer on Boogie Nights.
Oh, okay.
This guy's got like a PTA connection.
Yeah, I guess that's how you become a fucking co-chairsperson and CEO of Warner Bros. Pictures Group, right?
This guy
I guess that's how you
prolific. He was a cop in The Sopranos, apparently.
do it. I'm going to morph my life to become
and he wrote,
MikeDeLuca.
And this is the guy that wrote the episode in which Janeway and Tom Paris go warp 10 and evolve into lizards and have sex with each other and have babies, and they just leave them on a planet. They're like them.
We need to go to we need to go to Hollywood and find him walking like across the street, or like going to a Starbucks, and we're just like
I wonder if we can
corner him. We corner him and go like, "Why did you write this?
I wonder if we can interview this guy.
I don't think you will be able to fucking interview the co-chairperson and CEO of Warner Bros. Pictures Group. I don't think that's possible.
Managing director of Warner Bros. Entertainment.
I don't think we can do that, Ben. I highly doubt.
Well, if you don't try, you fail.
Come on, you can't say that.
What's the worst that can happen? We send him an email saying, "Hey, we'll be on our podcast," and he'll ignore it. That's the worst that can happen, is that he'll ignore it. Best case scenario, he emails us back and says, "No, thank you," and then we can talk about it on the podcast.
Or maybe we can talk about. Maybe we'll ask him if he doesn't want to do an interview. Could you give us an anecdote?
Yeah, can you give us a sound bite where you say like, "Listen to 10 Ensigns."
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. We can put it in.
I found MikeDeLuca, chairperson and CEO. Oh, he is chairperson and CEO of Warner Bros. Film Group. You're right.
Yeah, I've been repeating it over and
over
again.
I just found his like, damn it. There's no like, there's no contact. Let me see if I can find him on LinkedIn.
Oh no!
What?
Ben is turning into a stalker.
Be in LinkedIn. There's no way he's not on LinkedIn. Let me see
he's
all
too
the
big
results.
for LinkedIn.
He's too big for LinkedIn. Nobody's too big for LinkedIn.
Yeah. Let's have a look what happened on this day today. From is there like on this day on Wikipedia, because I was on Wikipedia, Lady Jane Grey was proclaimed.
What are you're just reading on this day on Wikipedia?
Yeah. 1913.
I'm looking at this. So many there's too many MikeDeLucas on LinkedIn. Too many just
and
like
all of them, and all of them are co-chairman CEOs. Of
I feel like we're uncovering some kind of strange.
Oh, they're all lizard people that had sex with each other, and they all look the same.
Oh, and that's why he wrote that storyline, to try and normalize it.
The last member of the junior. Oh no, it fucking changed. Oh no, junior association football team and their coach were rescued from Tam Long Nang Non. I thought, today? It happened today? Shit.
Damn. Happy anniversary.
2018. Happy anniversary to all those kids that got those divers killed.
This guy is this guy is overseeing all of the shit that is currently happening at Warner Bros. And it's going, yep, Cosine.
we just see suddenly like fucking like the Max, like whatever it's called now, I guess it's called Max, like catalog filling up with like lizard content.
Getting flooded by lizard themed movies and TV shows. Just keep sending them over to Zaslav like, how about this?
Yeah.
And he doesn't. He's like, sure.
Yeah. It's just like it's all movies. They're just parodies, but they have reptile themes.
He keeps greenlighting new new scripts and stuff that are like, my wife the lizard.
Yeah,
my husband the lizard.
American Pie, and I'm also a lizard. It says that there's just like a thing on here.
American Pie, but I'm a lizard. They make a new version of Succession where they've turned them into lizards.
Oh yeah, the already lizards.
Thanks for listening to Dead Ensigns. The number one MikeDeLuca fan
appreciation
podcast. If you have his contact information, send it through. You want to get in touch? MikeDeLuca. This episode's going to be called MikeDeLuca. Please contact us.
We just got a few questions.
MikeDeLuca, interview needed now. Please contact.
Well, why wouldn't he refuse if he has nothing to
hide?
We
ask a couple questions about the old lizard feeding in the productions that you greenlight.
Yeah,
you
know
the direction you're steering the Warner Bros. Discovery.
Where you're slithering the HBO network, you know.
What's see some strange it looks like your skin's peeling over there, buddy. You're shitting. Just kidding, all comedy, no slander. Thank you for listening.
Slander. It's parody.
MikeDeLuca, please contact us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to be able to get into the mind of the man who wrote the Warp 10 episode of Star Trek Voyager. See how he really feels about the trajectory of it as well. Like, how does he feel like the franchise has gone since he stopped working on it? You know?
Yeah.
That kind
all
of thing.
Downhill.
All downhill since they haven't had enough lizard stuff going on. They need some more of that going on, and then I'll be down. I liked Enterprise. You know, they had those lizard-looking guys who could go invisible.
Yeah, they did. DS9 also had.
Yeah, DS9 had some lizard people.
What was it called? Amok. What was it called?
One of them.
What was the
what?
What was the lizard guy called? The invisible lizard guy? Amok?
No. He's Tosk.
Tosk. Yeah, Tosk.
Remember, because he is Tosk.
Yeah, I am Tosk.
Get in touch. You can catch us deadensigns@gmail.com. Dead Ensigns on Twitter. We're on YouTube now. You can have the podcast up on YouTube if you want. If you feel like it.
No one's going to stop you guys. You can do that.
Nobody's going to say you can do it if you want. It's fine. It's legal. Perfectly legal. It's right there.
No one's going to stop you.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Maybe MikeDeLuca will
MikeDeLuca,
stop us.
Get in touch. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitch. Rate, podcast, subscribe. Bye. 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 Bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.